Oh wait, I'm coming.
Whoa,
I'm coming.
They're
I'm
dead.
coming.
They're dead. Dragonair's dead.
Yes!
No!
Oh my god!
I was breathless, my heart restless. Every time
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Kill him! Kill him! Oh my god! No!
to my own song, but you came, you made me see the weight I put on me was too much, too tough to heal. I needed time.
Oh.
I needed
87! I'm going for it. Oh my god, I had to hit it! Dude, the fact that I landed that first try. Come on. Yes!
No!
It turned into energy ball! Yes! Let's go!
I put on me was too much, too tough to heal. I needed time. I needed to be still.
Okay. Welcome to the stream, everyone. We are here ranking every Pokemon in Pokemon Unite. I already see some people have joined the chat. It's good to see everyone. Hopefully everyone's having a good day. I see Ducky, I see Brian, I see Nick. Hello to all you guys. Are we ranking Scyther and Scizor separately? Yeah, we could do those two separately. That's what the tier list has, so we'll be doing that. You can literally see them right there. Also, let me fix something real quick. Make sure everything's looking good. Okay, just move myself down a little bit so I'm not all in the way. Okay, should be good. I'm defying gravity. If I'm flying solo, at least I'm flying free because I'm defying gravity. Wicked. It's good to hear. So here we are. We're going to be ranking every single Pokemon in Pokemon Unite from worst to best. Now, I will say this right off the bat. I'm mainly going to do this based off of my own experience, right? I'm not like a competitive player or anything like that. So I'm going to kind of base it off of my own experience and how I feel either playing with the Pokemon or playing against the Pokemon and whatnot, and how I truly do think all of them stack up. Now, Alolan Raichu is also on this tier list. We're gonna rank that at the end. Kind of, for me, I'm gonna give a guess because I actually have not used it or seen it in battle yet, so that's how we're gonna do all that. Also, if you guys want, this will all be put as a video, so for anyone that missed it, you guys can just watch it as a video if you guys want me to do that for future tier lists. But without further ado, we can get into it. Also, chat, you guys let me know if you guys disagree with this list. Alright, we're gonna try to make the best list possible. Now, Venusaur, weirdly enough, I'm actually gonna put it in C tier, which is so weird for me to do because I love Venusaur in the regular game. But in Unite, especially recently, I feel like Venusaur really isn't the greatest. At first, when I was getting into Pokemon Unite, I thought Venusaur was really good. I saw a lot of people using it, and it seemed really strong. Venusaur is just kind of okay, though. It does a lot of damage, but besides that, I feel like it dies really quickly. Obviously, because it's an attacker, which I kind of disagree with. I feel like it should be more of like an all-rounder. And also, it really doesn't have like the best mobility or anything else like that. I just feel like Venusaur, especially, you know, as time has gone on, other Pokemon has been added. I don't really know if I can put Venusaur any higher than C. I'm gonna put it in C for now. Maybe some things might change with the list, but I really don't think it's the greatest Pokemon out there for sure. Venusaur's best thing is being a sniper from Wish. Yes, I don't know when I seen Venusaur in Unite. Yeah, like you don't see it really be utilized that much often anymore. I feel like early on it was being used a lot, but as time has gone on, I really don't see Venusaur be used at all. Venusaur does have a tanky build. Yeah, but the problem is he's more of an attacker. So like, does that really work out that well? I don't know. Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit. Yeah, I think it's just a C tier. Pikachu. Now this one actually might be a shocker to some people. I'm actually also gonna put Pikachu in C. And the reason I do this is simply because as time has gone on, I feel like Pikachu just really does not stack up with a lot of the other attackers, let alone a lot of the other Pokemon. Its Unite move is really good, but it can also die before it really gets, you know, gets to really utilize all of it. And then on top of that, I also don't think Pikachu really can live a hit that well. It's really good if you're cleaning up kills, getting kills on other attackers and whatnot, obviously. But like, really besides that, I really don't ever use Pikachu that much. And from what I've seen and how I've been playing against it, I really don't ever struggle with Pikachu. It's more so just annoying, if anything. So I'll put it in C. I'll definitely put it above Venusaur though. I think it's way better than Venusaur for sure. And it could maybe be in the B tier. I really don't know, but I don't think it's as good. Mostly because Voltackle spam. Yeah, Voltackle spam is really good on Pikachu, but that's about it. Like besides that, and then obviously the Unite move, which you can kill it before it can really do anything with that anyway. I don't think it's really that good. Pikachu is more support and less attack. Yeah, I can kind of see that. Okay, Alolan Ninetales. Now this one sucks because I actually really like Alolan Ninetales, but I also do think this is another C tier. Alolan Ninetales is way more of a support Pokemon than it is an actual attacker. It doesn't have that much damage. It's really only good if you're using Aurora Veil because it can buff your teammates for a little bit. But you gotta know how to really coordinate with it. And even with Aurora Veil, it still doesn't have that big of an impact and whatnot. It just isn't that strong of a Pokemon. It's really annoying if you can, if you get frozen by it, or if you can freeze the opponent, it can really help out. But Alolan Ninetales just really doesn't do anything else, besides being more of a support. And unlike a lot of the other supports, I just don't think it's that good. Alolan Ninetales becomes very annoying with other specific Pokemon. Looking at Mamoswine, yeah, for sure. I worked on a comic for 2 hours, then I gave up, and I have a headache. I'm sorry to hear that, Brian. I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully you can actually finish that comic now. That sounds really cool. Okay, now we got Mewtwo Y. Now, I'm gonna be honest, this is one where I actually didn't know where to rank it at first, because I don't know if I even really gone up against many Mewtwo Y. In all of Pokemon Unite. I've played a little bit over 1,500 battles so far. Not that much, but it's a decent amount to get a good understanding of the game. And I honestly can't even remember how many times I've went up against Mewtwo Y. Not because it's a lot, but because it is so little. I honestly don't think it's that good. I haven't seen a single Mewtwo Y or Mew ever. That's what I'm saying. I've seen Mew, and we're going to talk about Mew. But Mewtwo Y, I literally don't know where to rank it because I just don't think it's that good because people don't really use it that much. So for right now, I'll just put it in the D tier. I'm sorry for anyone that uses Mewtwo Y and it fits really good. Again, I apologize, but I truly have no idea how good this Pokemon is because I've never seen anyone use it. I've never heard anyone talk about it. The only one I hear about is Mewtwo X, and we could just do that one real quick. Mewtwo X is like A tier. It's really good. Like even with, I think it may have gotten a nerf recently, it's still really good. But like Mewtwo Y is like the complete opposite because I guess people really don't like it. I don't know. Yeah, X is much better. I've seen my boy, my buddy Jay, he likes to run this sometimes, and it is a powerhouse if you know what you're doing. If you run up against a really good Mewtwo X player, you are in for a big battle. Because, Jesus Christ, this thing is so strong. Which is also kind of sad, because I love Mew, and Mew is also in D tier. Mew is actually so weak, in my opinion. It really is not that strong. It's just, again, just annoying. Kind of like Pikachu, but without all the spam or all the strength behind it. It's really weak. Almost every legendary got nerfed. Yes, but unlike some legendaries, some of them are still really strong. Mew should have been a supporter. Honestly, it feels way more like a support than it does an actual Pokemon. I will be very honest with you, chat. It's really not that strong. It's more like a gimmick Pokemon. I feel like people run Mew just to kind of mess around. Like, I don't think people actually run around with Mew because they think it's good. I think they do it just because they can kind of mess around and use a bunch of different moves and stuff. It's really not that good. It has a stun or a slow buff to teammates, and the ability helps teammates. Yeah. Okay, going into Espeon. Espeon, I think, is a little underrated. I think it's B tier. I think it's really good. I think it's really good. I think Espeon is actually one of the better Pokemon in the game. It does a lot of good damage, and it actually can take a couple of hits. Plus, the Unite move is so good at keeping the other Pokemon in place, which I feel like in Pokemon Unite is one of the bigger things in the game. If you can keep your opponent stuck somewhere, that allows your teammates to all like come together and just wail on them. And dude, it's really strong. It's really strong. Literally kept dying to that, dude. It's really good. I use it a lot anytime we're using the full Eevee team in our streams and whatnot, but it's really good. It's one of my more favorite Pokemon, I would say. I really like Espeon. I think Espeon is a little bit underrated. Espeon, like all the Eevees, is strong. Ducky, I agree with that to a certain extent, but I'm gonna be honest with you. There's one that just, it doesn't fit the bill. I'm sorry, and I'm so weird because maybe I just don't understand it. We'll get there. We'll get there. Honestly, let's just do all the Eevees. Let's do them real quick. Let's grab all the Eevees. Hold on. Let's do this now. Let's rip off the band-aid. Because one of these is just... one of these is not like the others. And you guys can try to guess which one it is. But like... There's one evolution that just isn't that good. Yep, chat's already getting it right. It's fucking Sylveon. And I am so sad, but dude, Sylveon, you are so bad, dude. And the funniest thing is, I see more Sylveon than all the other evolutions combined. How, I don't know, but people love running around with Sylveon. It just doesn't make any sense. Maybe it's just because it used to be good. I'm not too sure. But like, Sylveon is not that good. It is so weak and so frail. It is actually the only evolution I would honestly tell you do not use, because it's not that strong. It is really cute. It's really cute. Glaceon, I think, honestly, is better than Espeon. I think Espeon is strong, but the problem is Glaceon not only can lock onto the opponent, but can literally chip away from so many of the really strong Pokemon because of like Magical Spirit and whatnot. It's just so strong. It's so strong. Having so much range and having the ability to really chip at an opponent's damage the way that Glaceon does, it's so good. It's so good. And the Unite move isn't the strongest, I will say that. I do think Espeon has a way stronger Unite move, but Glaceon is still really strong. So I definitely would put it above. And then Leafeon, I would actually say, man, Leafeon's hard, because at some points I think Glaceon's better, and at other points I think Leafeon's better. I think for me, I'm gonna give it to Glaceon. I think Leafeon's a little bit below Glaceon. It's very neck and neck with those two. They're both really strong, but I think Glaceon just has it. It has the range and it does so much damage. I think Leafeon does more damage with its Unite move, and it's way more better at dealing damage like in an instant. But I think Glaceon just overall is just way better personally. And then Umbreon, I'm gonna do this first S tier. It's Umbreon. Umbreon as a defensive Pokemon, it's so strong. I mean, dude, the first ever match that I've gotten with 0 points. Let me try to rephrase that, because I feel like I was about to say something kind of stupid. The first match where the enemy team couldn't score a point was when me and my friends were all running Umbreons, and we were doing the little quick play match with all the evolutions. When we played that, we literally bodied that team. They couldn't get a kill nor a point scored, and it was probably the best match I've ever had in all of Pokemon Unite, and it was with Umbreon. Granted, Sylveon was there, but there's a huge asterisk because we were all there helping out that Sylveon. So I'm just saying. Okay, we were all running a defensive mind while Sylveon was dealing all the damage, and it worked out perfectly. It's the only time Sylveon was doing good, and that's why it's above Mew. Gardevoir, I think, is a A-tier Pokemon. It's really strong, really dependable, and it just does so much damage. Its Unite move is very similar to Espeon, but I feel like it's even better because it's like a black hole. It stuns the opponent. It just does so much damage, and it's definitely a Pokemon you see a lot of people using because of how good it is. I definitely think Gardevoir is an A-tier Pokemon. I think most people probably know. Like, Gardevoir is really good. Now, Chandelure is really weird because I don't see it get used too often, but it's not bad. I think it's a B tier. I'm gonna put it below Espeon though. That might upset some people, but like, Chandelure is really good, and it's definitely not an easy Pokemon to take down depending on the match and whatnot. But Chandelure is definitely a solid Pokemon. You could do some heavy damage with that thing. Now, going on to Delphox, I'm honestly gonna put this fucking heathen in A. I actually hate Delphox because of how annoying it is to go up against. It is one of the most annoying Pokemon, and it's one of the strongest Pokemon, which is weird because you don't see a lot of people running it. Furry bait? No, chat, it's not furry. We're not furries. I hate this thing. If anything, I would watch this thing die and have a smile on my face because I hate this thing. It's so strong, and that little fire tornado that just chases after you, why? Why is that a thing? It goes on for so long. It's literally like Michael Myers. You can keep running, it's gonna catch up to you. Like, God, it's so annoying. I hate this thing. I hate it with a passion. And I also hate it because it's over one of the next Pokemon, Greninja. B tier. Really good Pokemon, just not as good as a lot of other Pokemon. It can get the job done. It does a decent amount of damage. I feel like it should do a little bit more, but maybe that's just, my build. Maybe I don't have the best build for it right now. It just doesn't do as much damage as maybe it could, and it's very frail. If you get hit by one good move, you're pretty much dead with Greninja. But with that said, Greninja both has the mobility and the damage, plus the range to get away from a lot of things that can really threaten it. It's still a really good Pokemon. I like using it every now and then. I just hate that it's a below Delphox. I always think Greninja will be better than Delphox, and god damn it, Delphox is now better than Greninja. Yes, if you face a good Greninja, it's scary, but most just stay away from the team. True. Greninja is really good, but I think it's a big issue. Like, Greninja is most threatening when it's playing off of its team. Anata, what? Nani go, what are you saying, Brian? What are you saying? Decidueye A? Look, Nick, I'm gonna have to actually disagree with you. I'm gonna have to disagree with you. Because Decidueye is not an A tier Pokemon. This thing is S tier. What are you talking about? This thing is one of the best Pokemon in the game. Oh, what's up, Kyoto? Leafeon is in B tier? It is in B tier, me personally. I don't think Leafeon's bad. Like, I wanna say this also right now. B tier is not a bad tier. I think B tier is like, they're really, really good and it gets the job done. But unlike other Pokemon I think are just a little bit better in a lot of other categories and just better overall to help win the game. That's all I'm saying. Leafeon is solid, and if you know how to use it, it's really, really good. But compared to a lot of other speedsters or attackers or anything like that, I just don't think it's that good. In competitive, Leafeon is A+. I mean, I do see a lot of people running a lot of the evolutions in there, but I don't know. I'm gonna also say this right now. I'm basing this off of my own experience. So, Kyoto, you could have more knowledge on how good Leafeon is, but like, I'm basing this off of what I've seen and what I know, not off of like just general knowledge. So if it is actually a lot better than what I think, that could be the case. So it could be an S or A tier. I just personally don't think it is. I think it's a really, really good B tier. Like high B, low A is where I would put it. As a top 400 Leafeon main, my heart has fallen out of its cavity. And also, yes, the Decidueye is an S. I mean, it's easily the best like boss stealer in the game. It literally can steal any of the bosses if the player just knows what they're doing. It's really easy for it. The Unite move is really, really good. It has a lot of range, does a lot of damage, has great mobility, can get away from fights if it is stuck by itself for any reason. Like, the Decidueye is really, really good. And even for the short amount of time I've used it, it's really, really good. So with that said, I'm putting it in S tier. I do think it's a really, really good Pokemon. I do also think there's going to be a decent amount of Pokemon in S tier, but the reason I put Decidueye over Pokemon like Gardevoir or Delphox is just because Decidueye, anytime you're going up against a boss, especially at the end of a game, you have to make sure that Decidueye is dead, otherwise you lose. It's just that simple. Especially if Rayquaza, like you're playing on Thea Sky, if Decidueye is lurking somewhere, you have to find it and kill it, otherwise it will steal it and win the game for its team. And I think for that reason, for it being such a big target that you had to get rid of before doing anything else, I put that in S tier. Decidueye is good until there is a speedster on the enemy team, then it gets clapped because it has no early game. Ace, it's your mascot. It is my mascot. Cinderace is really, really good. I'm gonna put it in A tier. I'm gonna put it slightly above Gardevoir. I'm also very, very biased, so I understand if it does not belong in A tier. I can understand that, but it's really, really good. It's really, really good. It just does so much damage, and it just attacks the opponent so fast. It is such a problem to deal with. Plus, I feel like you can use so many different combinations with its moveset. I feel like all the moves on Cinderace is really, really good. There's a lot of ways that you can go about playing them, either using Power Ball or using Blaze Kick, using Feint. Like, you can use so much in tandem with this thing, and because it has a lot of range and just does a lot of damage, I think it's really, really good. Cinderace is like Decidueye, but it trades range for mobility. Yes, I do 100% agree with them. Plus, Cinderace doesn't have as much range as Decidueye. Decidueye definitely has more range. Cinderace, I really want to put it in S because I think it's so good. But I'm going to put it in A tier. I do think it's good, but it definitely isn't like the greatest thing out there. But it's a really, really good Pokemon. Inteleon, this one's gonna upset some people. I'm gonna put it in C tier. I just don't think Inteleon is as good as a lot of other Pokemon. I'm still going in Esther, right? Maybe? I actually don't know. Amsel is actually gonna be really weird. It's gonna be really weird. Also, welcome to the stream, cat lovers. Good to see you. Hopefully you're having a good day. But Inteleon, I think besides the fact that it has the range and can, you know, snipe bosses like Decidueye, besides that, it literally doesn't have anything special. Like the cloaking ability isn't really that good. Dude, I have more trouble trying to find a Sableye than I do finding an Inteleon, which is saying something because it should honestly be the other way around. I should have a harder time finding the secret agent than finding the little gremlin. Like, I don't know. I think Inteleon just isn't that good. It's honestly, I could even see it being in the D tier. That might be something I do later on. It just isn't that good. Now, Cramorant is also going to be another Pokemon in C tier. I'm going to put it above Alolan Ninetales just because it does more damage. Cramorant isn't hard to deal with. Like, maybe if there's a really good Cramorant player, then sure. And I feel so bad for Ducky because it's pretty much his mascot. But Cramorant just isn't that strong. It dies super quick, and I feel like it's very easy to like get around. I never really have trouble with this thing, but I will say it's definitely not like the worst thing out there. There are a lot of other Pokemon I think are worse, and it's definitely not weak by any means. Also, welcome to the stream, Right Ones. Good to see you. Cram can actually outrun many speedsters because of dive, which is insane. That is insane. I actually did not know that. That's actually insane. Speedsters not all of them are that fast. I feel like really the only ones that kind of earn that name are like Dodrio and who's the other one? Who's the other one I'm thinking? I think Galarian Rapidash is faster than like all the speedsters. Yeah, it's weird. A lot of the speedsters aren't that fast. I was about to say Galarian Rapidash, but it's an all-rounder, not a speedster. Because dive has 3 uses and it reaches by the time the third one is used. I see. Okay, Duraludon, I'm gonna put an A tier. I actually hate going up against this guy. His range and the amount of damage he does is really, really good. And especially if you're playing off of your teammates with this thing, it's really, really good. Yeah, my favorite Pokemon in S, dude, it's really good. It's really good. Galarian Rapidash is a speedster. The list is wrong. Is it? Did they get that wrong? I was thinking that. I was saying, I feel like this is a speedster. Okay, so if this list got it wrong, then that's weird. I don't know how they got that wrong, but it is what it is. But Duraludon, really, really strong, does a lot of damage, and can definitely be a very imposing threat if you're not very careful with it. But Duraludon can definitely get taken out pretty well against some of the other Pokemon that I think are better. So I'm only going to put it in A tier. It could maybe move up a little bit, but I think it's a solid A tier Pokemon. Gets the job done, does a lot of damage, it's really hard to deal with, and it's just a really, really good attacker. It was planned to be all-rounder, but was changed before it was released. Yeah, I wonder why they changed it. That's kind of weird. Maybe to try to balance it? I don't know. Okay, Dragapult. Dragapult is going to be weird. Dragapult is like both good, but both bad at the same time. It's really, really weird. Dragapult is really fast and does a lot of damage with like Dragon Darts and stuff or whatnot. When it's like circling you and it's like continually attacking you and your teammates. It's really, really strong and hard to deal with. But I feel like once you get your hold on him, like if you're able to like stop him from moving, you basically can like delete him. It's pretty easy, I feel like. I'm probably gonna say I'm actually gonna say B tier. I feel like it's good, And there has been times where I've seen a lot of good players use him, and it's been really annoying to deal with. But I've also seen some bad players use him. So I don't know. I think it could be low A or high B. I'll put it low A. Honestly, we'll do low A. I think it's good, but I think the others I have way harder times dealing with it than Dragapult. Dragapult's solid though. It has a lot of mobility and does a lot of damage, but it is pretty frail, which I guess is a given, but I don't know. Ace, I've been speaking for like the last 10 minutes. Yeah, I don't know what you're saying though, so I don't know what you want from me, Brian. Dragapult can be funny when using Phantom Force. Yep, Pikachu and Venusaur is good. Why? I put them in C. I don't know if you mistyped, but I put them in C. They're okay, but like they're not the greatest. They're just not. I don't know. They don't do that much damage, and I don't really see. Or Venusaur especially, I don't see a lot of people using Venusaur. Pikachu you see, but it's mainly just the spamming of Volt Tackle and stuff. And once it's done doing that, it's kind of just whatever. Dragapult used to be my main. Was it actually? I don't know if I knew that. Armarouge is trying to be Cinderace. Okay, actually, Ducky, I disagree. Armarouge, I still think is pretty good even after the nerfs. I'm gonna put this guy in B. I'm also biased because I did use Armarouge for a very long time, and it used to be my main as well. But Armarouge, especially before it got nerfed, dude, Armarouge I thought was like literally the best Pokemon in the game. It was so insanely strong. It was actually unbelievable. And I knew from, just the launch, it needed to be nerfed. Then it slowly got brought down to B. It's still a good mon though, because it does so much damage over time if you're using things like Fire Spin. The Unite move is really strong, can lock a Pokemon in and trap them and just do so much damage to it, which is really good. Side Shock is a good move to stun opponents, also to catch up to them because Armarouge isn't that mobile. But yeah, I'm with the right one on this one. Armarouge is more like a tanky Venusaur with Fire Spin. That's exactly what it is. It just takes so much hit and does so much damage. And especially if you have like a Comfey on this thing, he really does not die. It's really hard for him to die. So it's a really good Pokemon. It still can get the job done. I just don't think it's as good as it was before. Miraidon, I'm sorry, Miraidon, you're mid at best. I'm sorry. Miraidon really isn't that good. I've seen people use him, and I've never struggled with this guy. He's not that strong. And I've seen some of my friends use him. They tell me that they actually hate using Miraidon. So I'm gonna also take their word for it. Miraidon just doesn't look like a good Pokemon. It's not that strong. Miraidon makes damage, but that's it. Exactly. Like it doesn't do that much damage even with that though. Like it doesn't do that much damage. Not that mobile. Its Unite move is very boring. Yeah, I don't know. It's a mid Pokemon, dude. I've never seen a Miraidon actually be really good. I know there's probably some good players with it, so they'll probably, tell me all about how good it is, but it just really isn't that strong. I used to play Miraidon, and Electro Drift is mid, and Charge Beam is a bit above mid. Okay. We have Charizard, the one and only, the golden child. I'm gonna put him in B. I'm gonna put him in B. I feel like Charizard is like the most well-rounded Pokemon. It's good at everything, but it's not amazing at anything. Like, it's really good. Zorn's Unite is really OP, because the second it grabs you, that's it. You can't do anything to get out of that. It is what it is. You're going on a ride, and you might die. Especially after the fact where he can, fly over, most of the map. He constantly is doing so much damage with Flamethrower. It's really strong. The Unite move definitely pushes it up a lot higher, but I still do think it's a solid B tier. Maybe it could be A. We'll have to see how things are going to turn out, but like it's just a really well-rounded Pokemon. It's like the actual it's like an actual all-rounder. It's an all-round good Pokemon. Either Sweat or Potion Charizard. Zard is like Mario in Smash Bros. I guess I can see that. Yeah, I can kind of see that. Okay, and then now we have Machamp. I gotta put him. I'll put him above Umbreon, dude. It's actually scary how strong this guy is. I've seen some people in the chat. I've seen some people in actual matches. Machamp is definitely an issue. I don't like going up against this guy. I really don't. He's really, really strong, and he just does so much damage. Machamp is S just because of Crafty. Maybe that's true. Maybe. Because I guess in fairness, actually, Ducky, you do kind of have a point. Besides Crafty, I don't really see a lot of people using him, but I've seen how much it does. It's just really, really strong. Machad, is that what we're calling him? Machad is really strong. Low-key chat, Machad is really strong. I don't know. I think he's a really, really good Pokemon, especially you know how to use him. Now, it could just be because of the people I've been playing with in chat, but I do think it is still really, really good. I'm going to keep it in S tier just because I've seen the upper limits of this thing, and it is absolutely scary. Even like just normal players that I've gone up against, they've still done really, really good. Have we gotten to Zoroark yet? No, we have not, but we're getting close. And by close, I mean we have literally a whole section before we get there. Glare and Rapidash. Glare and Rapidash, I'm actually gonna have to put him in C tier. I'll put him below Pikachu. Glare and Rapidash is really fast and can do decent damage, but I don't know. That's about it. Like, it does decent damage. I've used it. It's definitely fun to use. It's one of the more fun Pokemon to use, but it's really not the strongest or anything to write home about. I don't see a lot of people running him. It really isn't anything that I would say is B tier or above. I think it's just a solid Pokemon. So I'll put it in C tier, right below Pikachu, because I do think Pikachu is a little bit better. We need more starters for Unite. Like, where's Sinnoh starters? All of them have potential. I think we need the Sinnoh starters. I think we need Sceptile and Swampert. Yeah, we do need a lot more. We do need a lot more starters, for sure. I think eventually they'll get all of them in there. But, yeah, we definitely need some of the other starters. Dragonite. Dude, I feel bad because I feel like I'm going to rate this one really low. Because I know a lot of people like Dragonite. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm going to be very honest with you. Dragonite's kind of whatever. It's kind of whatever. Like, it's really... I don't know if I've ever struggled against a Dragonite. It's really not that strong. I've used them, like... I don't know. I don't get the hype. Dragonite can be so annoying with Outrage. Dude, I might need to play against some of the people that you guys are playing against, because I don't have that problem. Like, its Unite move, I think, is one of the worst in the game because it takes so much time before it can actually, you know, attack the opponent. And by the time that it does, you just walk out of the circle. Now, Hisuian Samurai would be sick in All-Rounder. Yeah, Hisuian Decidueye, a tanky version, yeah. Yeah, dude, Hisuian forms would be really, really good. Crafty plays Dragonite. He does, but even with what I've seen from Crafty, I don't think it's enough, dude. I think Dragonite is incredibly mid, honestly. It's almost to the point I kind of want to put him in C, but I feel like I have seen some people actually use it pretty well, and it isn't the worst thing out there because it is pretty bulky. But especially if you're talking about Dratini and Dragonair, they're really weak and they almost never get anything done just because it doesn't do the damage. And then once you become a Dragonite, I don't think it stands up to all the other really good Pokemon. Dragonite was my main for like a number of runs before I gave up. What's your obviously your name is Absol, but you were asking about Zoroark. So which one's your main? Is it Absol or is it Zoroark? Addy want to know. 3 rounds. Okay, Gyarados. I don't see a lot of people running this thing. So I'm also kind of in the same boat with Mewtwo Y. I don't know exactly where to put this guy. But from what I have played, he is pretty good. I'm gonna put him above Espeon, but below Leafeon. I think he's a really solid Pokemon. And it does a lot of damage. I haven't seen that many people use it. I've definitely struggled a little bit with them, especially with that Unite move, where it's more like a shark. Which is funny because if they ever add Sharpedo, I don't know what they're going to do with that. But it's a pretty good Pokemon. Gyarados can be good if they can get the Evo early, but outside of that, it's doo-doo. Magikarp sucks, needs to evolve quick, then it's OP. Yeah, I think that's probably the thing that holds it back. Yeah, that's a good shout. That's probably why people don't like using it that much. I can see that. Azumarill. I have seen one person be really good with this, and then after that, it was incredibly mid. I gotta put it up below Inteleon. I don't know. I've even tried using Azumarill, and I just don't think it's that good. I don't know. I definitely think if you know how to use it, it can be a pretty good Pokemon. But even then, I feel like there's just so many better alternatives. I just don't think it does that much damage. Azumarill is actually good. I don't know. From what I've played and what I've seen, I don't think it is. I just haven't seen it actually be that threatening. I've seen it sometimes for sure. And when it's really, really good, it's like around Gyarados. Like it's a really solid Pokemon. But for the most part, from what I've seen most people running, I just don't think it's that good. Azumarill has specific matchups that it can't lose against. I want Vikavolt. If they do bring in Vikavolt, that needs to be a really fast Pokemon, like its actual Pokedex entry. Okay, now we got Scizor. Scizor is really good. It's really good. But I'm gonna still put it below Leafeon. But I do think Scizor is good. I think Scyther is just kind of okay. I don't think it's bad, but I don't think it's amazing. I'll put it above Galarian Rapidash. Honestly, I might need to move Galarian Rapidash down. That might need to happen. I'll come back at the end and see. We won't move around too much. Old Scizor main here. Scizor is B, Scyther C. Yeah, I agree. I think Scizor is really, really good, and Scyther is just okay. Scizor is definitely a little annoying to go up against, but at least with Cinderace, I feel like I've had a pretty easy time. It could be because I'm using a fire type, but my mains are Darkrai, Zoroark, Trevenant, Urshifu, and Absol, obviously. Okay. A lot of ghosts and dark types. Okay. Suicune. This is one of the newer Pokemon added. I'm actually gonna put him in A tier. I think from what I've seen with Suicune, I think it's really good. I don't know. I think it's a really good Pokemon. Like, Suicune just does so much damage, and then, or it doesn't do a lot of damage, but it does freeze you. No one plays it? Really? I've seen a decent amount of people run Suicune. Also, wait, is this after the nerf though? Like, did Suicune get a nerf? Because that actually might change my opinion. Because I could be talking about when it first came out. I'm actually unsure now. Because if it got a nerf, then I'm not too sure. It got nerfed? Yeah, that's what I was saying. I see a lot of people running Suicune. I feel like Brian might just be trolling. We might just have to ignore Brian. Because I'm not too sure. Because I was about to say, dude, Suicune's really good. It literally freezes you. It does so much damage. It's really annoying to deal with. It's really annoying to deal with. Especially early game. I feel like early game, it's just so annoying. It's just so annoying. Like, if you level up Suicune really, really quickly, I feel like you're in a good spot to just run through the entire team. So, I don't know. I'm going to keep it an A tier. Like, it's really, really good. I think it's really, really good. Okay. T-Tar. I think it's kind of the same thing with Dragonite. I see so many people liking this thing. I do think T-Tar is better than Dragonite though, but I'm gonna still put it in B tier. I think the problem, like Right One just said, T-Tar, it just takes so long to evolve, and by the time you do evolve it, so many of your opponents are either still doing a lot more damage or are like way higher level. I don't know. Early game, I feel like T-Tar just doesn't stack up. Pupitar and Larvitar, they're just so weak. And then T-Tar just doesn't really compensate for that. I just feel like it's really in the middle. I don't know. Everyone put your mains in the chat? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like this should actually be lower. I feel like it's also with Dragonite. I think it's better, but I feel like the early game just kills it. It's a late game monster. Yeah, I think that's probably why a lot of people do use it. Is late game, it is pretty good. I definitely will give you guys that. So I think, yeah, I think B tier is fine. I think because it is a lot better late game, and just like with the Sidrai, I do think that's really important. I'll keep it in B, but otherwise, it's really not the greatest. Really not the greatest. Blaziken. Blaziken is really strong. I'm gonna put it towards the top of B tier. Like, dude, Blaziken does so much damage. I just don't see a lot of people using it. I think that's the only thing. Dude, Blaziken is really strong. It's really strong. And against certain Pokemon, it's just like a free dub, I feel like. Anytime I've used Greninja against Blaziken, I have struggled immensely. Yeah. Got some buffs in the past. Yeah. It's really good. It does a lot of damage. It also can take a decent amount of hits before it goes down. I don't know. I just think overall it's a good Pokemon. Obviously, getting it to the final evolution is going to take a little while, but once you do that, and if you have a good team around you, I think it's a solid Pokemon. I don't know. I like it. I think it's a really good one. Metagross. It has to go A tier. It might even need to go up there in S. It's just really good. This is a Pokemon I dread going up against. Even with Cinderace, which is my current main, Metagross is so annoying to deal with. It's just so strong. Hold up. Let me also start up the music. Because, we gotta do it again. Okay, there we go. But Metagross, dude, Metagross is so strong. I actually hate playing against this thing. So strong. Has a good amount of mobility. It can take a bunch of hits. It's just, dude, Metagross, I mean, it's an all-rounder for a reason. It's just good all around, and it's really strong. I think the problem is, again, same thing with like T-Tar and Dragonite. It takes a while before you get Metagross, but once you do, it's really good. Like, even mid-game, it's really good. So, Lucario, I really like Lucario. Yeah, I really like Lucario. I gotta put it here. I gotta put it in B tier. It's Tanky Gyro Ball and Meteor Mash is good damage. Very good damage. Very, very good damage. But Lucario is a solid Pokemon. Yes, I agree with right one. Solid Pokemon. Really, really good. I love using him. Power Up Punch and I think Aura Sphere? Or no. It's I think I use Power Up Punch and then like close combat. And then the Aura Sphere as the Unite move is really, really good. If you can just land the hit, it does a bunch of damage. Unite move is so fun to use. But Power Punch, I think, is really what makes it a lot of fun to use. It's just not the greatest. Again, it's a solid Pokemon, but it's like Metagross, but nerfed. Like, you can get Lucario quicker, but Metagross is just better in like every category. Garchomp, I wish it's better, but only the damage or but only damn his ability? Huh? Not his specials? I don't know what right one was trying to say. I was trying to understand that. He means basic attack. Okay. Yeah. Basic attacks are definitely not the greatest. I would say. But honestly, I have to disagree. I think Garchomp is still really, really good. I probably would still put it in the A tier. Personally, I'll put it above Delphox. Garchomp, I still think is really, really strong, even early game. Gible with Sand Attack and whatnot, it still is really, really strong. And it's still pretty good. The Garchomp's ult is amazing. It's amazing. And also dreadful at the same time. I hate going up against him when he's using his ult. I have a lot of trouble playing against him. I think he does a lot of damage. Dragon Claw and stuff like that, yep, it's really, really good. Gible doesn't have dashes, that's true. But it has, I think it has like Sand Attack or whatever like can mess with your vision, which is actually pretty decent. Because especially if it's trying to get away, it's pretty good. Yeah, I don't know. I really like him. I really like it. I think Garchomp is a solid Pokemon. I definitely think it's towards the back end of A, because it's not like the greatest thing. It's mainly its ult that kind of carries it, but it still does a pretty decent amount of damage. I don't really struggle with Gible or Gabite, unlike with T-Tart and Dragonite. The first two evolutions can kind of hold their own a little bit. I don't know. I don't really have that much trouble with it. So I'm gonna say Garchomp's an A tier, just not like the best of the best or anything like that. Aegislash, I think, is a really decent Pokemon. I shouldn't say decent. It's a good Pokemon. Aegislash is pretty darn good. I think the problem I have is that besides King Shield, I feel like it really doesn't do the most in terms of like defending itself, because it is super frail. Slash is really strong. Like, yeah, I think the best way to put it, Aegislash does a lot of damage, and with King Shield can protect itself. But if you don't have King Shield and they're able to predict it, you will go down really, really fast with this thing. Aegislash has no team fighting power, like, at all. I don't know if I exactly agree with that. It's still pretty decent when you're fighting with a team. I think some of us were doing really, really good. It heals and has a shield, yeah. But that's what I'm saying. I think if you took out King Shield, I think Aegislash is so much worse. Like, King Shield is kind of what makes Aegislash as good as it is. Because it does so much damage, so having something to protect itself is really, really good. But if you're able to predict it and whatnot, I don't think you're really going to struggle with it. Again, it's a solid Pokemon. Solid Pokemon. I just don't think it's A tier or S tier. I think it's just in the big bunch of B tiers that are all good and can get the job done, but just not anything like amazing. It doesn't have King Shield and Unite? Well then what's the big shield that it uses then? Is that like just protect or something? I don't know. Because I always see it like using a shield when I'm attacking it. I have no idea. Because I remember playing it and it has some type of like shield that you also use with it. And I guess I'm just not remembering what it is that you call that. But it basically acts like King Shield. It's a weird choice, but it's Quick Guard. Is that what it is? Okay, my bad. Quick Guard. Yeah, but I know it has like the or Wide Guard. Okay, there you go. But yeah, I know it has the shield. They should kind of pretty much just call it King Shield because I feel like it kind of acts like King Shield a little bit. Obviously it doesn't have all the effects, but still really good. Serena, super freaking annoying. God, I actually hate this Pokemon. This Pokemon is so good. I'm gonna put it, honestly, might even be above. I'll keep Charizard. I'll keep Charizard above. I think Serena is really good. It can quickly take over a match if the person knows what they're doing, but if not, it's still just okay. Serena is like a Zoomer. Yeah, I feel like it's really dependent on the player. If you go up against some really good players, Serena is like S or A tier level, but if you don't, then you're running against just like average players, and it's really not that strong. But it is still a really good Pokemon. I've seen some really good Serena players for sure, and then Serena is also just a really solid Pokemon, and it's really annoying to deal with. But if you know what you're doing and you work as a team, you can definitely take down Serena for sure. So yeah, I think it's a good solid B tier towards the top. Yeah, I like that placement. Mimikyu. Okay. I have not seen a lot of people running Mimikyu. Is Mimikyu still good? I have no idea. I actually have no idea. Because every time I see, or every time I start thinking about Mimikyu, I feel like I haven't seen it recently. I feel like recently Mimikyu just isn't utilized that much. Mimikyu is still very good? Really? Then why is no one using it? That's weird. It's very weird. I feel like I haven't seen a lot of people using it, but I'll take chat's word on this that it's still really good, because I remember this being like an insane Pokemon. I'm gonna put it, it definitely needs to be an A tier. I'll put it right below Metagross. The ult is really strong. The ult is really strong for sure. I 100% agree. I saw anytime Mimikyu users in rank. Okay. So you still see them in rank. Got it. Yeah. I was just wondering because I obviously like in just public matches, I don't see them a lot, and so that's why I was wondering. I was like, is it bad? Because I didn't see like a nerf or anything. Yeah, Mimikyu is really good and it's super annoying. I still hate the one move where it literally jumps on you. I think it's not play rough or anything like that. It's something else. It might be the Unite move, is what I'm thinking of. That's probably what it is. But it's really, really good. There aren't many Mimikyus around, but when there is, it's great. Yeah, I think that's a perfect way to sum it up. It's good when you do see it. Its Unite move is really, really good. It is play rough and the Unite move. Okay. Yeah, it's a really annoying Pokemon. Really annoying Pokemon. Buzzwole. Okay, let's just throw him up there. Let's just throw him up there. I'm actually gonna put him above Machamp because I hate this thing and love this thing at the same time. It's so unbelievably strong. It is so annoying to deal with, and this is not even regarding the Unite move. dude, I think this thing is so insane. Buff it? Dude, I don't think this thing needs a buff. I still think it's really good. Did it get a nerf at some point? I feel like I'm never caught up with nerfs and buffs anymore. I used to be. But, dude, Leech Life is such a good move. Being able to heal itself and just deal so much damage, and then right after that, you either use like Smackdown or whatever the other move is. It's really annoying. Give Leech Life invincibility so it can actually be a viable move. Yeah, no, I 100% disagree with that. That's why it's somewhat balanced. Because if it had invincibility, it's literally impossible to take this thing down. I got many times I can't grab because of Blastoise specials. Yeah, Blastoise can definitely be annoying. Like, if you know how to play against it and either maneuver around him, dodge his moves, or like, you know, to stun him, it's definitely not nearly as bad. But otherwise, I feel like Leech Life is really good still. Leech Life is only good in 1v1s. That's true. That is true. Yeah, I guess for that you can bring him down a little bit. Okay, you know what? I'm kind of seeing what chat's saying. He can be stunned out of Leech Life, and Eject Button counters it as well. Yeah, again, I still think that's pretty fair though. Like, I feel like if you had invincibility on it, like, Leech Life is just broken. Like, to me, I think having a way to counter that is good. I think there should be counters to it like that. Yeah. I think Buzzwole, solid S tier, is really good. It does a lot of damage, even with like Leech Life. Having counters to it, I think still is really fine. Like, I've seen a lot of people struggle with it. I have struggled with it. I've seen friends use it, and they've been really good with it. I don't know. I think it's still an S tier Pokemon. Probably not top of S like I was thinking, because of what chat's saying, but I still think it's really good. Phalanx is another sneaky good Pokemon. It's very underrated, but it's not bad. It's definitely not bad. I'm gonna put it towards the back of B. I won't put it above all these other Pokemon, but I think it is actually a really good Pokemon. I've seen a lot of people use it, and it's not bad. It's definitely not bad. Phalanx, I don't get. Mechanics is a weird one, but Phalanx definitely looks like a weird one. I actually kind of want to use it from what I've seen other people do, but it's not a bad Pokemon. It dunks a lot, and you can get a lot of points scored with Phalanx. It is also still pretty strong. It does a decent amount of damage. I think it's a solid Pokemon. I'll put it at B. I think it's solid. Zacian, dude, even with the nerfs, I still think it's an S tier Pokemon, to be honest. I still think it's a good Pokemon. Phalanx is countered by Zero, Talonflame, Meowscarada, and Lucario. I mean, hey, that might be true, but there's a lot of counters to a lot of Pokemon. That's just how it is. Right? That's just how Pokemon is. I don't think that makes him bad by any means. Just because it has counters. Like, because you really don't know how to, like, you can't really counter them. It's not like Marvel Rivals, you know, where you can switch your Pokemon in the actual battle. If you could do that, then that'd be one thing. But Talon can't win 1v1s? Really? I guess it's depending on the Pokemon. But like with Fly, it does a lot of damage, and then you got Flame Trick? Yeah, I don't know about that one. They're actually unwinnable for Phalanx. Yeah. Again, I think there's a bunch of unwinnable matchups for a lot of Pokemon out there. I still don't think that really makes a Pokemon bad. Brave Bird Aerial? I don't ever run that. I run Fly in what was it? What's the other one? I'm blanking on the other one. I think I literally just said it too. But Fly, I feel like you have to run that. It might be Brave Bird or something. I don't know. But Fly is definitely one you have to use. I think Fly is like a must use on Talonflame. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. We're talking about Zacian right now. Zacian is still really, really strong. I know it has gotten nerfs and some people weren't using it, but especially after like the most recent items that's been added, I still think Zacian is really, really good. And still a really solid Pokemon. It's definitely better than a lot of the other Pokemon out there. Like, even if it wasn't S, it'd still be like top of A tier in my opinion. It's still a really, really strong Pokemon. So I'm still putting it in S just from what I've seen and my experience with it. But it could be an A tier. Again, I don't know how ranked is because I don't play as much anymore. But I still think it's a solid Pokemon. Okay, now Urshifu, I know both of them are really good, or maybe it's not like that. Maybe it's just one, but I'm gonna rank them both. For right now, I'm actually just gonna throw them up there in S. Zacian, Mewtwo X is feeding this one. Right one, I still think Zacian's better. I don't know. I think Zacian's better. Mewtwo X is definitely not bad though. I have even said I think Mewtwo X could be an S tier. I was probably gonna put it in there towards the end, but I still think Zacian is really, really good, and especially with the new items that they added, Zacian is insane. But I don't know. That is again also from just my experience with this. And then Urshifu, I throw them in S. I don't know which one's which one's like the one-hit style or whatnot, but Urshifu still does a lot of damage. It's really, really good. I see a lot of people running around with it. It's really annoying to deal with. It's just a really good Pokemon. I gotta put it in S tier. It's probably higher. I'll put it right next to Buzzwole. I'll put it above Buzzwole. Again, I don't know which one's which or which one's like better or whatnot. So I'm putting them both in S, but regardless, both are really good. Cerulege. Cerulege is a solid Pokemon. Solid Pokemon. I think towards the top of B tier is fine. It's really, really good. Has some good damage, but it's definitely, after all the nerfs, isn't the craziest anymore. It used to be pretty insane and hard to deal with, but I think where it is now, it's kind of like Armorage. It's definitely not the best, but it is still really, really good and really, really fun to use. I like Cerulege. I think it's top of B. I think that one's pretty simple. You could argue for it to be an A, but I think B is a good spot for it. Okay. But I love the fact you can ignore the ult. Yeah, I feel like I never really see a lot of people like popping ults with Cerulege. Like, Cerulege is pretty good without the ult and whatnot. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's really, really good. Tinkaton, you didn't get nerfed, and you do a lot of damage even with that nerf. Honestly, I'm gonna put Tinkaton right here in B, like towards the middle. I think Tinkaton's good. It's a strong Pokemon, does a lot of damage. It did get nerfed. I don't think Tinkaton's like the greatest thing ever. I think Tinkaton's solid. I think Tinkaton can definitely get the job done, but I also don't see a lot of people running Tinkaton, and it's probably because of the nerf. But yeah, with the nerf to Thief, it's definitely not as good. But even when I used it, I don't think it was like the craziest thing. I thought it was actually pretty balanced when it was first introduced. So I don't really know if I agree with the nerf. I think honestly it could have maybe went bad, but again, I don't play ranked, so maybe it's different over there. I don't know. Gengar is still a really good Pokemon. Honestly, I'm gonna throw it up there in S. People might disagree with this. I still think, I still think Gengar's good. Gengar still does a lot of damage. Or actually, we'll bring it down. We'll put it in A tier. We'll put it in A tier. I won't put it in S tier. Gengar can one-shot most of the attackers. Yes, he can definitely one-shot most of the attackers. I definitely think his problem obviously runs into a lot of the bulkier Pokemon. It's a little bit harder for him to be as useful, but it's still a really good Pokemon. It does a lot of damage. It has a lot of mobility. Even with the Unite move, you can use that as a way to run away or just to get some extra damage. It's really, really annoying. Definitely top of A tier. A fun Pokemon to use. It's really, really good. Yeah, I think A tier is a good spot for it. Now, Dodrio, I feel bad. Dodrio is definitely not that great. I'm probably going to put it bottom of C. It's fine. It's not the worst thing. I've seen some people actually make use of it and do pretty well with it, but it's not the strongest thing out there. It is really fast though. It's really, really fast, and especially if you're working with your team, it can definitely do a decent amount of damage with them, but it's just so frail. It dies so quickly. It's so frail, and I feel like, especially if it's on its own, it's just not that great. Dodrio, I don't like to play against. I don't know. I've never had a problem with Dodrio. Dodrio can be a little annoying, I guess, but not the most. His mobility, oh yeah. His mobility is definitely annoying. Okay, now we got Absol. Absol is weird. At one point, I was thinking of putting Absol, to put it in B, but then I was thinking about it and I'm like, I can't really do that. Absol is used a lot, does a lot of damage, and is really annoying, especially early game. Honestly, I'm gonna put it in A tier. I'm gonna put it below Mimikyu though. I think it's like a perfect middle of the pack A tier mon. It's good. It's really, really good, and especially if you're going up against someone who knows what they're doing, it's really annoying. But I have gone up against a bunch of Absols, and especially towards the later portion of the game, it's not the greatest thing, and it's not hard to deal with. At least for me, I haven't had too much trouble. So early game, good. Late game, not so much. You never played against a pro player? Well, pro player using Dodrio? I mean, that's because no one uses it. I don't know. I've played a decent amount of ranked, and I don't see a lot of people running Dodrio. And then Umbreon's only main look. Umbreon is still really, really good. I don't know. I disagree with that. I think it's a really, really good mon. Slowbro? Well, we'll get to Slowbro. I'm trying to get there, but I'm also trying to get each Pokemon a good section to talk about it. Darkrai. I feel like after the nerf, Darkrai is really not that good. I think Darkrai is incredibly mid. I'll say this. Darkrai is only good if you're using the ult. I feel like besides that, Darkrai is really not that good. Its ult is the reason why it's B tier. If it didn't have that ult, and it didn't just solo out one Pokemon to go into this really, really cool 1v1, I feel like Darkrai is really, really weak. Darkrai is OP against most attackers. It's annoying as hell. Yeah, it's definitely annoying against some attackers for sure. But it has weaknesses. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, I feel like the ult is what saves him, for sure. Okay, now we got Zoroark. I don't see a lot of people running Zoroark, so it's really weird to try to rank it. I'll say Zoroark's not bad. It's not bad. It's definitely better than a lot of these Pokemon, but I'm still gonna put it in B. I feel like Zoroark is like right here. It's not a bad Pokemon for sure, but like I don't see a lot of people running it. It's the whole illusion thing is pretty much useless because there's really no reason to use it. Like you take the identity of a wild Pokemon, it's pretty easy to figure out that you're not a wild Pokemon. Yeah, I don't know. It's strong though. I will say that it does a lot of damage. It does a lot of damage, and can definitely be annoying if it's fighting with its team. But besides that, it's just kind of whatever. I feel like a lot of the abilities that Zoroark has just doesn't really do anything. I don't know. Night Slash is mid and Faint Attack can be good. Zoroark, if you can play, you can. If you can play, you can do much. It can get around the map so easily. I guess that's fair. Alright, hold up, chat. Alright, chat, I'm sorry about that. Call the police, he's dead. Don't worry, I'm fine, chat. I'm just, I had to take a call real quick. So my apologies on that, but we're all good, don't worry. He lives! He lives! You wanna know why I live? It's because Ho-Oh is right there being a Giga Chat. Don't worry, we'll get to Ho-Oh. Okay, continuing off. Sorry about that. We got Talonflame. Talonflame can be good, but the problem is after it uses its moves, like especially like if you use Fly and like maybe like Flame Charge or Aerial Ace, whatever the case may be, once you use the two moves, if you don't kill the opponent, you're dead. It's just that simple. It's very rare that if you like. Here's the best way to put it. Talonflame is good against one Pokemon. It's not good against a group of Pokemon. That's where I think it kind of falters. Because once you use those two moves, it's really not the greatest like basic attacker or anything like that. It does have a way to escape battles for sure. Like it's a good escaper with Fly. And it definitely does a decent amount of damage with its actual like moves. Its Unite move is good, but has problems because if you miss, you literally just wasted an entire Unite move and you're just gonna kind of get destroyed. I think the problem is Talonflame has a lot of weaknesses because of how I see a lot of people playing it. I've also played it. It was fun playing it because it was the first ever Pokemon I ever used, but again, if you are not careful, you will easily die because of all the problems with either running your Unite move or, you know, running fly, whatever the case may be. Unite move is good if you know how to use it. That's true. Problem is, a lot of people don't know how to use it well. Because I see so many people miss with that Unite move. I see more misses than actual, like, lands. It's pretty sad. Yeah. It should be hard, but I see a lot of people messing up. I would say this. I think Talonflame is so good. I'll put Talonflame right there. I think Talonflame's good right there. It's bottom of B. It's good if you know how to use it. If not, you're just going to struggle. It does a lot of damage. Has a lot of good mobility. Can get away from fights. All that stuff. Problem is, if you can either catch it off guard, or if you see that it's already like used its moves, it misses, or whatever the case may be, you can easily take down a Talonflame. It's really not that hard. Okay, Zeraora. Zeraora, I actually still do think is a really good Pokemon. I see a lot of people running Zeraora. It's probably one of the more used Pokemon. Zeraora is really good. I'm going to put it slightly above Gardevoir, but I'm going to put it below Cinderace. I still think Cinderace is a lot better than Zeraora. At least from my matchups, I usually run Cinderace, obviously, and I don't think Zeraora is really that much of a problem, but it's really, really good. Does a lot of damage, has a lot of great mobility, can definitely get out of fights with things like Volt Switch. It's a really, really good one. The Unite move is also really strong. It locks onto the opponent and just follows them. Kind of like the Firestorm with Delphox, but does a little bit more damage. I honestly do think it's a solid A-tier Pokemon, and so for that reason, I'll put it there. I've also used it. My friend Jay has used it. It's a really, really good Pokemon. Meowscarada. Meowscarada is really annoying. I am really annoyed by this guy. Meowscarada is good, but it has problems. I'm gonna put it in A tier because I do think it belongs in A tier, but I think it has a lot of problems. One, it's very easy to get away from the Unite move as long as you are as long as you're cautious of it. If you're very cautious of them popping the Unite move, you're going to be able to get away from it. There's a lot of ways you can get away with it, especially if the Pokemon has good mobility. It does a lot of damage though, so if you get hit by it, you're probably going to die. Especially if you're not a defender or like a tankier Pokemon. If you're rather frail, you're going to die pretty easily. It also has like Double Team, which is really, really strong because it can like swap places and whatnot. It's a good Pokemon. It's really, really good. Yeah, if you see anyone that's really good use a Meowscarada, they're going to run through the team. If not, it's just kind of okay. They're still a threat, but they're not as much of a threat. It's definitely one of the better Pokemon. I'll move it up. I'm going to move it above Delphox. There we go. We'll put it there. I don't like the Double Team. Sometimes the clone makes dumb stuff. Yeah, I have definitely seen that as well. I agree. Alright, Blastoise. Blastoise is a tier Pokemon. A-tier Pokemon. I'm gonna put it right above. I'll put it below Blastoise. Or below Blastoise. Below Absol. My bad. Blastoise is just the perfect epitome of a tank. It tanks a lot of hits. It deals a lot of damage. All of its moves are really, really good. It can stun the opponent. It still has good mobility with things like Surf. It's just a good Pokemon all around. I do think there are better tanks, but you can't ever go wrong with running Blastoise. I feel like if you want to get someone into like a defensive role, or like if you're trying to introduce them to a tank Pokemon, Blastoise is where I would start. It's just really, really good. Yeah, 5 out of like 8 matches of people using it. Yeah, Blastoise is one of the more used ones for sure. Now we finally got to Slowbro, so I know that's what Ducky's waiting for. Slowbro, Dude, I have a very, very rough relationship with this thing because I hate it. I have never been good with Slowbro. And I never understand how people can have to be good with this thing. But, with that said, people are good with Slowbro, and I don't understand it. I don't understand it. I really don't. It's really annoying. It can use the ability where it literally stops you in place, and it's just stealing your HP, kind of like with Leech Life, but I don't think you can actually stop the Slowbro from doing that. I think it is invincible, if I'm not mistaken. It also has moves like Surf and whatnot. It has moves like Yawn, I think, when it's a slow poke. It's really, really good. Yeah, it's a really good Pokemon. It's a well-rounded Pokemon. It's also a very annoying Pokemon, but I would definitely say it's a B tier. It's above what some people may expect, believe it or not. Me personally, when I used it, I thought it was terrible, but from playing against so many other Slowbro players, it's actually really, really good. Lapras, I actually think Lapras is underrated. I think Lapras is underrated. I actually do think Lapras is a pretty good Pokemon. I'm going to put it bottom of B. I'm going to put it bottom of B. Great for mobility. If you are running on top of it, you can literally fly across the map. Lapras does a lot of damage over time. Like, again, it's good in a team environment. If you're asking me, what do I think about it on its own? It's definitely a C tier Pokemon. But if you're playing with your team and you have a good team around you, I think Lapras is actually pretty good. Lapras was really good at the beginning, but now we have many better Pokemon. I agree. I do think there are better Pokemon, but I also would highly suggest, if you guys haven't, me and my friends were doing this, and we were running through a lot of lobbies, just going on a huge winning spree, where my friend ran Lapras, and one of my other friends ran Comfey, and I ran Armarouge, and it was a really good trio. It really, very rarely worked. It was a good trio, at least when we did it. Maybe things have changed, obviously, but that trio worked. Armarouge, Lapras, and Comfey, it's a good trio. And it was a lot of fun to use. So maybe I am also biased, but Lapras I don't think is that bad. Snorlax, Snorlax is really good. I still think it's really good. I think it's one of the better Pokemon in the game. I'm gonna say top of A tier. Actually, no, I feel like it needs to be S tier. I could also be biased, but especially with the most recent buff, if nothing's changed, it's really good. It's really, really fast, and it is really annoying to deal with. Can heal itself, does a lot of damage, can stun opponents. I think it's just a really well-rounded Pokemon. If you know how to play with the Snorlax, Snorlax is going to be very successful in your matches. And if you're going up against a Snorlax and they're good, you're going to have a really tough time. I think Snorlax is a really good tank Pokemon. It's just Snorlax? Yeah, Snorlax is still good though. I like how Ho-Oh plays. Hey, don't worry. Don't worry. I think Ho-Oh is still probably, in my eyes at least, I think it's probably the best defensive Pokemon, personally. And this is coming from someone who has not played it, but has just constantly either had people play on my team or has played against it. Ho-Oh, his Unite move is obviously broken. It literally can heal the teammates, which in any big fight, especially towards the end of a match, that can be really, really problematic if your team is not careful with that. And does a lot of damage, has a lot of good mobility. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just a really, really good Pokemon. It wants to be up front in the team, but not too up front that it dies, so it doesn't lose its energy for its ult. Flamethrower makes good damage. Unite move is unique. Yeah, I think Ho-Oh is it's one of the better defensive Pokemon in the game, and especially since you can heal your whole team. It's like Mercy from Overwatch and whatnot. I just think that makes it really, really good. Anytime you have a character like that in these games, I think it's really, really good. Fly is basically just Zard's ult. I don't know if I've seen people run Fly that much. Maybe I have. Fire Spin's also really good. It's even stronger than Armor Rouge. Like, Fire Spin is insane on Ho-Oh as well. Yeah, I think Ho-Oh is just a really good Pokemon. Mamoswine. I used to think Mamoswine was kind of mid. It's not. It's a pretty solid Pokemon. I'll put it in the A tier. It's another really good defensive Pokemon that if it gets a good hold on whatever it's fighting, yeah, it's really, really good. It's really, really good. It can easily stun opponents. It does a lot of damage. It takes a lot of hits. Has decent mobility. I think it's just a good, well-rounded Pokemon, right? And yeah, Crafty likes to run Mamoswine. He's really good with it. It's a good Pokemon. It's a really good Pokemon. Crustle, the one and only defensive Pokemon I have ever used in all my time of playing Pokemon Unite, besides like quick play matches. Crustle is not bad. Crustle is not bad. I think I actually like it more than T-Tar. I think T-Tar is not as good as Crustle, as weird as that might sound. Esther, because it's my main, I'm sorry, it's definitely not Esther. It's definitely not Esther. But it is a good mon. Really good. No, but actually it's B because it can be a troll for the enemy and the team. Yeah. It's a good mon. It's a good mon. It's a lot of fun to play with. It does a lot of damage. For a defensive Pokemon, it is a lot of damage. And if the person knows what they're doing with Crustle, they can definitely help their team out a lot. Either keeping the opponent from running away, doing just a lot of damage with like Stealth Rocks or whatever it is. It's a good Pokemon. It's really, really good. Yep. Trevenant, dude. I'll put it right there. I'll put it right there. Trevenant is really, really good. Really, really good. One of the better defender. I feel like all the defensive Pokemon are actually good. Like, none of them are bad. The more I'm thinking about it, all of them are generally good. Like, Trevenant is one I was thinking about putting it higher. I'll put it right there. But like, Trevenant is a goated defender for sure. Except Gudra, I still think Gudra is still really good. It doesn't do a lot of damage, but it's really, really bulky. And it's annoying to deal with. But yeah, no, Trevenant is just solid. It's solid. I don't think I really need to explain it. It's a good Pokemon. Trevenant Pain Split is killing Garchomp. I haven't seen many like Trevenant versus Garchomp matchups, so I'll just take your word for it. Yeah, okay, yeah, I can see that, Ducky. I was gonna say Gudra is only slightly better. It's just a really bulky mon. It's really hard to kill. But yeah, it's definitely it's not a team Pokemon. But I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. Oh wait, no, Gradient exists. Really, no, Gradient isn't actually that bad. As weird as it is. I know where I'm gonna put Gradient though, but it's actually not that bad. It's not the worst defender because it takes a lot of hits. It takes a lot of hits, and it's definitely more. It's more of a solo defender, right? It's not really like a team defender or anything like that. Which is kind of the problem. But dude, if you're trying to kill this thing, it's very hard to do that. So I definitely think Gudra is pretty good. Gradient, I will say this. I still think it's C tier. I don't think it's in B tier or anything like that. But Gradient in the right hands is really good. I think Gradient, if you know what you're doing, is a top B tier, like A tier, like level good. But Usually, Greeting is just C tier. Greeting is just kind of dumb. It doesn't really help out that much. It's not the greatest. But, again, if you know what you're doing, it's amongst, like, some of these other Pokemon. Okay, we got some supports. I'm going to get 2 out of the way real quick because I already know where they're going. Comfey and Wigglytuff. They're both S tier. They're both S tier. Like, Comfey, I mean, dude, Comfey is just really good. It attaches onto a Pokemon. It heals them constantly. Its Unite move is such a great Unite move because it constantly heals the whole team that stands in it, as well as concealing them. It can also do a lot of damage. I've seen people get a decent amount of kills with Comfey. It's a good Pokemon. It really is. It's just a good, solid Pokemon. You can't go wrong with Comfey. Maybe not as the best. Maybe I'll bring it down and I'll put it right there. But it's a really, really good Pokemon for sure. Then Wigglytuff is another one that's also really good, really annoying to deal with. It can put Pokemon to sleep. It has great mobility. Does a lot of damage. It's honestly the best well-rounded Pokemon out of all of them. It's really close. I'm actually going to move him up. I'll put him right next to it. You can kind of go either or. Both are really good at what they do. Like, they're both really good. They're both really good, in my opinion. Wiggly slap damage is not normal. I mean, dude, I don't know who pissed off Wigglytuff, but like, dude, it's really strong. It's really strong. Really strong. Okay. Hoopa, you can go down here. Hoopa's in D. I hate Hoopa. Hoopa's just sucks. Like, besides moving from one place to the other, like from your goals or whatever, and helping the team get to places a lot quicker, it's not that good. Even with Hoopa Unbound, I don't think it's that good. I'll put it above these guys because at least it has a little bit of use and it can be kind of helpful, but I don't think it's that good. Hoopa should only play if you understand it. I feel like Hoopa should only play if there's nothing better. Like, I don't even think if you understand it, you would want it. Like, for me, like, if you ever think about, like, running Hoopa for whatever reason, I would just tell you just run Wigglytuff. Or run Comfey. Or run literally any other support. Because I just feel like they're all better. I will say this, Autograss isn't much better than Hoopa. Because it doesn't do that much. It's really not that strong. It's kind of the same thing. Actually, the more I'm thinking about it, it's kind of worse. Because Autograss just increases, like, your movement speed. But, like, besides that, I feel like I have not seen a lot of good Autograss out there. I feel like Autograss is pretty bad. Autograss healing is golden. I mean, I think you could probably argue Blissey is still really good. Comfey is the best. I don't know. I feel like Autograss is incredibly meh. I don't know. I'll put both of these two could either change back and forth. I don't know. Autograss makes too much damage for a healer. Dude, I guess I'm just running up against really bad Autograss because I don't see that. I'll put it above Hoopa, but I still think it's a D tier Pokemon, honestly. And it does actual damage, unlike Blissey. I mean, true, but Blissey isn't supposed to be doing damage. Like, Blissey is just constantly healing other Pokemon. I will say this, though. Blissey is definitely bottom of C. I think it's better. It's bulkier. And it's always constantly healing. And I've seen at least some decent Blissey out there. But, I don't know. Blissey could also be in D tier, to be honest. It could also be in D tier. Mr. Mime is super annoying. Mr. Mime needs to go in... I'll put it in A tier, actually. Mr. Mime is super annoying. I'll put it bottom of A. Mime is a defender disguised as a supporter. Honestly, you're not wrong. Yeah, you're not wrong. It is honestly, it's more of a defender than anything. It probably would have made more sense as a defender because it doesn't really support its team, but it's super annoying. And it does still do decent amount of damage. So yeah, I definitely agree with that. I agree with that. Sableye is also another Pokemon. This one's kind of a troll Pokemon and is definitely only good in the right hands. So I'll say it's better than Lapras and stuff, but it's definitely on the lower end because it's really not that good except for in certain situations. Like first to 500 is pretty good, and against certain Pokemon is really good. It's not the best, but if you know how to use it, it's really good. Clefable is also solid. I think it's around Slowbro. I'll put it below actually. I think it's solid. I think it can get the job done. I think it has follow me and stuff like that. I think it's solid. I don't think it's bad. I think it's just a good, solid Pokemon. You can't really go wrong with it. Psyduck after the nerf, I don't know. Because before, if you would have asked me, it's an S before it got nerfed. But now if you ask me, I think it's probably just bottom of B. I think it's just whatever. I think it's just a whatever Pokemon. Sableye works really goofy if you your team carrying you in trouble. Yeah, for sure. So is Crustle. I mean, yeah, Crustle is only good in certain instances, but that's why I put it bottom of B. I didn't put it higher. Like, you can maybe argue T-Tar should be above it, I guess, but like, at least with me, I've seen Crustles be better than some T-Tars. I don't know. That's just what I'm saying. Now, I don't know how good Alolan Raichu is, and a lot of people are saying S. I'm gonna put it, and this is just a guess from someone who actually has not seen it be used in battle. I'm gonna be putting it right here in A tier. I think it's gonna be a solid A tier Pokemon. I don't think I'll put it in S tier. I think it's a solid A tier Pokemon. It's going to be really good, and it's going to be really annoying to deal with. But I don't think it's going to be S tier. Maybe it is right now, but especially after a nerf, if it is S tier, it's probably just going to be A tier. Is what I'm going to say. I think it's going to be a good Pokemon that a lot of people use, but just not the greatest. You never saw it in action, so you can't rank it. Hey, that's true. But then again, I said at the beginning of the stream, I'm doing this based off of what I'm gonna guess. Like, I'm guessing that it's gonna be an A tier Pokemon. I'm not guessing that it's S tier. Right? So, although you guys are saying it's S tier, I can't really go off of that. Just because, again, I haven't seen it. I'm just making a good guess of where I do think it's gonna be. And I think it's gonna be A tier. So there you go. Alright, I'll go back through and I'll look at some Pokemon and I'll reorder them. And whatnot. Machamp can say they're in S tier, or top. I'll move Umbreon down. I'll put Umbreon at the bottom. And then I'll move the Sidroid down a little bit. Zacian, I'll move above Buzzwole. I think that's good. Mobility of Scizor and power of Cinderace. It's like Zard too because it's normals. It can move by attacking. Okay, that's good. That's good information. Again, we'll see tomorrow if anyone's using it. I'll see how it fares tomorrow. Mewtwo X. I'll throw it up here. I'll throw it up here. Yeah, I'll throw it up there. And then Gengar, top of A tier. Suicune, Metagross. I'll move Suicune down a little bit. I think Suicune's good, but I won't put it at the top. I'll put it right there. Yeah, I think that's a little bit better. I'll move Cinderace up a little bit. Yeah, I'll put it right there, closer to the top. Raichu, put you right there. I'll move up Zeraora. Gardevoir needs to move up. Where do I want to put Gardevoir? Do I think Zeraora is better? I think Zeraora is slightly better than Gardevoir. We'll do that. And everything else I think makes sense. I'll move Gerard and Anthony to the bottom of A. And then I'll move Delphox down a little bit. Yeah, I think this makes sense. But Raichu will get safe nerf. This is broken. Yeah, it probably will. I feel like a lot of the time when a new character is added to games like this, they usually end up getting nerfed because it's really, really strong. Charizard, Tinkaton. I'm gonna move Tinkaton down a little bit. I'll do that. And then Scizor, I'll move you up. Same with Gyarados. And then Armarouge, I'll move you up a little bit. Everything else I feel pretty good on. Yeah, I like this. Yep, I think this list is a little bit better. Obviously, again, I'm doing this based off of my experience with these Pokemon. I obviously don't play a lot of like competitive or watch like the pros play or anything like that. So I'm only going off of what I know. And so obviously it's not going to be the perfect list. So I already can hear a lot of people saying that I don't know what I'm talking about. That's fine. Again, I'm basing this off of what I played against and the knowledge that I have right now. So with that said, this is my tier list. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you guys do like this, obviously hit that thumbs up and also hit that sub button. It really does help out. If you guys disagree, let me know in the description, or not in the description, in the comment section. Let me know what you guys would have changed and whatnot. And without further ado, I will see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow we're gonna be playing some Pokemon Unite, and we're gonna have a lot of fun over there. So hopefully you guys will tune in for that. But Ace, if I hit the sub button, I unsub. Well, see, that's because you're already subbed, Ducky. See, so you're already good. You already did things that most people don't do. Most people are not subscribed, and you're already subscribed. So see, that's why you're the go. That's why you're the go. But I will see you guys tomorrow, and we'll play some Pokemon Unite. I don't know how long it'll be, but hopefully it's a good stream. And yeah, again, I will see you guys next time. We've been going for almost 2 hours now, so I definitely need to take a little bit of a break. And then next week, we will obviously be continuing off with the Emerald Nuzlocke, the Hardcore Nuzlocke. I've already re-randomized it, so hopefully you guys are excited for that. And that will be starting up next Friday and Saturday. So again, I will see you guys next time. See you guys later. Have a good night. See ya, everyone. Thanks for tuning in.